Morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me today. My name is Peter. Welcome back to Invest with Peter. So today I'm going to be talking about people on the internet, people within the ecosystem that actually feeding on innocent investors. I'm going to be talking about them today. I'm going to be talking about a couple of them today and how you can avoid this and how you can protect yourself and protect your finance. But before then, if you see me for the first time, I'm Peter Ads. I come every week, once a week. I'm too busy during the week, so I come once a week. I give out information that you need this week, next week, or in the nearest future. Please, if you like my content, subscribe to the channel, like, and put your comment down below. All right, who are these people that's coming us? Well, we had the story of FTX, Block FI, all these people coming out around the ecosystem, trying to milk us investors. Even institutional investors was affected in this one. So, well, see, it's just crazy, right? Earlier this year, I think around April this year, I was talking to a friend and it was like, yeah, he want to open, crypto exchange and he want to be using, FTX. And I was like, yo, you need to be very careful with this guy because this guy just pops up from nowhere and it just started booming up and people start, the popularity was just too much for this guy. I was like, who is this guy? Where was this guy 2019? Nobody knew who this guy was, right? He just came from nowhere and started pumping money into the system, start pumping money into the celebrities. Influencers were on his payroll, YouTubers were on his payroll, FTX this, FTX that. But well, I just wanted to watch a clip that was released on the 11th of October. That is a month ago, about one man trying to warn us, but people don't listen. Well, here it is.
How does he keep doing what he's doing?
When anyone tries to pin SBF down on where he made his money, you can't get a cogent answer. And in his trade, you needed real money up front in the place on this country crypto arbitrage to make big money.
Right.
And it's simple things as who financed you, because you clearly didn't have the money. And his partner is a guy named Gary Wang. And no one can find shit on Gary Wang. And he's on the board of advisors of Sequoia. And I shit you not. You look up Sequoia stuff, there's a picture of Gary Wang of his back facing a computer. There's no picture of Gary Wang.
So Gary Wang is the same CTO or the chief technology officer of FTX?
Allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly. But there's a chief regulatory officer of FTX, and his name is Dan Friedberg. And if you Google Dan Friedberg poker scandal, he was the general counsel of, I don't know if it was Ultimate Bets or one of those Me Too sites, where they basically cheated against players. Then you take into account that SBF is bailing out known Ponzi's and frauds in the crypto space. Everyone who's gone bankrupt or is a proven fraud. And somehow through that, Cartoon Network has painted him as the JP Morgan of crypto, which makes absolutely no sense. He's not the JP Morgan of crypto because he can't sit there, look at you straight in the face and explain anything. Nothing of this story fits. And normally in stories, I can get 5 or 6 things that fit and move on. But nothing here fits. Everything reads like this thing is a complete scam. And I think this thing is dirty and rotten to the core.
Guys, you've heard what the man said. He was talking about this on the 11th of October this year, just a month ago. If people had listened to him, they wouldn't be in this. No, this guy actually, this FTX of a thing, right? It was just there's so many wings that's attached to this issue. First of all, let me just summarize the whole thing, right? Because you can't keep up on this thing. New things keep coming up every day about this guy, SBF, right? So we just understand that this guy didn't even have license to operate in New York. Imagine, New York never give this guy to operate in New York for its exchange. And this guy is the one that keeps celebrities, like I said, on his payroll. YouTubers, most of the prominent YouTubers, I won't name anybody, most prominent YouTubers were on his payroll. This guy was giving them $50,000 every month to keep pumping FTX is through your throat, just for people to come in to just, get involved in their exchange and all that stuff. And it's just a calamity at this point. And, it's just, how can a crypto exchange be making its money without a trading fee? This guy never charged anybody trading fee. You buy Ethereum, you buy Bitcoin, you buy XRP, no trading fee at all. How is he making his money? Where did he get his money from? This guy was almost up to 15 billion. This guy was worth $15 billion. And even by some people just made him, he's young, one of the youngest billionaires in the world, without questioning where these people get their money from. It just pop up from nowhere, go into the exchange and start pumping this issue. I'm going to be telling you so many things, and I'll be sharing some video for you today to understand what I'm talking about. They're all over the place now. And, I've always say, see, if you want to protect yourself, you better protect yourself properly. If you have more than $5,000 or 5,000 pounds in crypto, you better keep it outside the internet. Just keep it out of the internet. That's the best way. But I'm not going there. See, FTX was actually using investors' money, for their own personal company. I was just like, why will you be using people's money? People's hard-earned money was being used by these people that are being run by a couple of kids in Bahamas into their own research institute. I'll let you watch this video by BitBoy Crypto.
I already know what a crappy person, like nothing that comes out from this point forward surprises me. He's a terrible human being. And I really want you guys to understand this. A lot of people are still in this camp of, he just kind of messed up. This man is evil. I told you weeks ago, this guy was a devil. He's that evil. People laughed at me. They made memes about it. They BitBoy's out of red. Do you see now where the anger was? Do you see where it was coming from? If you go back to the Bible, everybody loved Jesus, right? Jesus is a great guy, friendly, comforting. He'd cry with you. But you know what happened when he went in the temple and he saw people taking advantage of people for money? Freaking kicked the tables over. He kicked the tables over. He drove the money changers out with whips. That's what we're doing.
Guys, you've had that. Sam Bankman, he knew he was in trouble on Monday. And he got in touch with Binance CEO that, please, can you just save us at this time? Can you just rescue us? And the Binance CEO was like, okay, no worries, we'll probably take over, but just wait. So I believe he probably sent his lawyers and his, executives to go and look into what's going on there. Within a couple of hours down the line, and this guy said, no, we will not be taking over. That means something has been, is happened, and they saw what was going on. They were like, no, this FTX of exchange cannot be rescued, and that's why they pulled out, which is a good advice of them. And the other day I was watching Meet Kevin when he was saying that, Meet Kevin said he lost $400,000 to this FTX and Block FI saga, all of it. Well, he has his money, but I believe you just have to understand the exchange you are using, and nobody's wiser, right? Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Nobody knew this was going to happen. But I have been telling my friends that stay away from FTX, because I still just believe that this guy pops up from nowhere and start using his money, sponsoring political, agendas. Politicians were getting money. They were getting paid by this guy. Sponsoring athletes were getting paid to pump this FTX of a scam to people, to innocent people. That's why I say, don't buy stuff. Don't buy any crypto or stocks based on what your celebrity or your influencer tells you. Because so many YouTubers now have been bought already. They will come there and say, yeah, buy these, I invest this and that. You'll be giving 10 stocks that worth this, 10 crypto that worth this. It's all a scam. If you want to buy your crypto, don't buy it because somebody says you should buy it. Buy it based on your own research. Find out, is this a formidable company you're investing in? Is this exchange has got a good book balance and all that stuff? That's why don't invest. See, remove emotion at this point. We are in a bear market, right? And what we're seeing now might be a bear market rally. 2023 might be a recession year for us in the West. But I still think there's still opportunities in the market. Please do not let influencers, sport athletes, and all these people out there, press. There was this company I bought because some YouTuber told us, yeah, buy this a couple of years ago. I bought it. It was like, yeah, this company is going to do well. That's the next good thing after sliced bread. And I was like, well, okay, maybe I should put a couple of dollars in there. I put a couple of dollars in this company, and guess what? I've got minus 98% in that company at this point. I learned my lesson all the way line. Well, we always learn, as we invest anyway, as we go along in the investing world, we always learn. So I learned, and I was like, yeah, I understand now. So please do not let these YouTubers, influencers, and all, because they've been bought. They are on these people's payroll. It's not going to be, FTX is going to be not going to be the first one, nor the last one. We're still going to be seeing these people getting busted, and they will be exposed as we go along. I will want you to watch another, video made by BitBoy Crypto about this same scammer called SBF again.
Profit. You see them before they get triggered. So you literally know where people's liquidation points are before they even execute the trade. Let's see here. Blacked Cover Protocol, a project that he promoted along with Andre Cronje. $100 million. You can go and look up the story. Safe Token, it was called, ironically. Go back and look at the story. I was told Sam Bankman-Fried did that himself. Why? Because of this lawsuit. This lawsuit that was going after FTX would be so damaging if it went to discovery that Sam knew he had to get out of the country. So he took $100 million, he stole it from his own project, and then he left and went to Hong Kong. He stayed in Hong Kong until they managed to get that settlement. And I'm sure he used part of that $100 million, which they have a coin, by the way, that's been a slush fund for FTX, a coin that's off the books. It was $600 million in market cap. It's called SAMO, S-A-M-O is the ticker. This, when people really break down the chain analysis, they start understanding that this coin that was worth at one time $600 million, this was the money that was used in a fund to pay off lawyers and to pay settlements. They paid off so many settlements of hush money to keep people from coming forward, because as soon as someone started to say what was happening, it was over for them. Look at what happened just now. As soon as people start realizing he's not who they said he said he is, all of a sudden all this stuff unfolds. This is what they were trying to prevent. This is why he took the money. This is why he fled the country. And he came back to the country when this thing was settled. And you can see the lawyer for the plaintiff did not even return a phone call so he can comment, because they're never going to talk about it. Can you go over the safe exchanges as a major crypto exchange and market maker attracted crypto developers to list their projects for trading? One was Hussein Faraj, a chief executive of New Genesis, an Australian blockchain company. Faraj, a decentralized ledgering system architect and blockchain forensic expert, struck a deal in 2022 with Alameda to support the launch of NewCoin, a crypto project he and his partners have been working on. Alameda represented itself as a partner and said, we're going to give you a market maker to basically keep things within a certain range.
Well, that's what BitBoy said. BitBoy's been warning people 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, this guy was telling people SBF is a fraud, is a fraudster. This guy is one of the greatest hackers in the world. How do we not even believe that this guy is the one hacking his own exchange? They were saying the other day this last weekend, they were saying, this weekend they were talking about that they've been hacked and 600 and something million has been taken out of these FTX. Tell me, I believe that something is fishy about this guy. It might be this guy hacking his own company and trying to squander and scoop as much money as he can get and run away. There's a rumor going about that this guy is about getting into a private jet and flying to Argentina. I don't know how true is that, but watch out for this guy. He's just, see, there's a video I will show you, the last video, and I will show you the bunch of kids that are actually behind FTX, that people want it the way they want in Bahamas. I'll let you watch this video.
Yeah, absolutely could pull it off without my math degree. Use very little math. Use a lot of elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important. We tend not to have things like stop losses. I think those aren't necessarily a great risk management tool. I'm trying to think of a good example of a trade where I've lost a ton of money. Well, I don't know. I probably don't want to go into specifics too much with that.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine that lady, that kid, in charge of billions of dollars? Can you imagine that kid in charge of billions of dollars? And people have lost over $2 billion in this saga. Man, these are the people that need to be arrested and sent to jail. believe you me, they need to be arrested and sent to jail. I know people that have lost their life savings, and I feel for them. See, every coin affiliated to this FTX and SBF, they're going down the drain. Forget it. They are going down because there's no coming back for this guy. O'Leary was saying the other day that he lost millions of dollars to this crisis. And these are institutional investors. See, we need regulation. I've been emphasizing this. We need regulation. If we don't get regulation in cryptocurrency, in crypto ecosystem, there's no way Bitcoin is going to 100K again. There's no way we're getting 100,000 Bitcoin again if institutions are not getting involved. And now institutions have been destroyed due to this FTX of a thing. They are the one affected anyway because they lost millions and billions of dollars to this saga now, because they are the one into FTX, because this guy knows how to convince them to invest in his company. They are the one that's been hot at this point more than our small investors. So what I'm saying now is we need regulation. SEC need to get involved now and sort this out as soon as possible, because people like that, institutions that get bonds now, they're not going to come back again. And if they don't come back and invest the big money, there's no way we're going to have a bull run again for all these altcoins and the major coins as well. So I've always emphasized to people that, see, we need regulation in this ecosystem. But they say, yeah, boys, we want it to be decentralized. Yeah, we understand. But when money is involved and when people's life savings are involved, we need regulation. That's what we need at this point. So now, there's so many things I've been saying, and some people are saying it now that if it's not your key, it's not your coin. Well, I'm going cold wallet. That's it. I need to go cold at this point. I don't have a cold wallet at this point, but I think the best time to go to cold wallet is now, because we don't know which company, which exchange are gonna go bust next week or come in 2 weeks or next month. It might be this one, it might be that one. I'm not going to mention any exchange, but we need to be very careful out there. And if you are investing in crypto, you probably need to wait a little bit and let the dust settle. Because as for me, I'm holding on now. I'm not buying anything. I'm not dollar cost averaging at this point. I'm going to let the dust settle and see what happens, because this might be like a chain. Yeah, I mean, from one to the other, to the other, to the other. I don't want to get caught. So I want to stay safe. And I believe if you stay safe, you understand what you're doing, and you don't let people push you to buy stuff or any altcoin, you will be all right. But I still think, guys, we need to go cold wallet. There's so many cold wallets out there that you can just take your stuff out of the system. The best way to go is take your crypto out of the system and keep it away from the system, because if anything get hacked, at least you're safe. Because crypto is not going anywhere. Bitcoin, Ethereum is not going anywhere. I don't know about other coins, but them two are not going anywhere. So if you buy and keep it out of the system, I believe you're gonna be safe and all that stuff. So we don't know who's gonna go down next, but there's always a sign about these crypto exchanges, these small crypto exchanges and all that stuff. We need to be very careful and watch out for the next one, because guess what? It's not the first one, right? And it's not gonna be the last one. But I think if we are wise enough and protect ourselves, we will all be fine. Well, if you like my content, I'm Peter Ads. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.